You have seen that building a personal brand website is not an easy task, right? So in the past couple of videos, I've been mentioning the power of a personal brand. I've been mentioning and also showing you how to build a website for your own personal brand. I've mentioned that, building a personal brand, right? It takes time. It also requires that you need to imitate someone who is similar to you in the space, right? Guys, we've known guys like or we know guys like Cody Sanchez, Vusembe Wayo, Imen Katsi, Dan Mattel, Alex Homos, Dan Co. All these guys, what they've done, they took a risk of building the personal brand that they care about. So when you are building a personal brand, make sure that you build a personal brand that you care about. Build a brand that you will be the first customer for. You gotta ask yourself that, am I a customer? Will I buy my own product? Will I listen or will I watch my own content, right? Another harsh truth that you need to make peace with, right, as you are building a personal brand, as you are being creative in your space, is that you will be opposed. Not everybody will agree with you, and that's the beauty of being creative. Remember, guys, we are not created the same, and some people will not fully get the picture, right? People will criticize you after they've seen one video of your content, but after they've consumed 10 videos, then they will understand what you were trying to say in the first video, right? So it happens. So you gotta make sure that you create a personal brand that genuinely helps people, and also a personal brand that you care about, right? Make sure that you create a personal brand that genuinely helps people, and make sure that you build a personal brand that you care about. A personal brand that you care about, you will make sure, that you are always developing yourself, so that you will give value to people. And also a personal brand where you are genuinely helping people is a personal brand where when people look at it, they will not only see you as an authority, but they will see you as somebody, who doesn't mind to reveal, the code, to reveal the stuff that works. When you look at the guys online, some of the guys, the stuff that they talk about it's the stuff that they don't use. So you gotta make sure that you help people by genuinely helping people. So that's one thing that you need to make sure, right? So when it comes to building a website, there are two schools of thought, right? To an expert, they wouldn't use the approach I've showed you, because when people think about the website, they think about traffic from Google. They think about creating a website that has a good SEO. They think about building a website that's gonna rank number one on Google, right? Now, with this content I'm making, or with the video series that I've done, I'm not using that approach. Guys, you can build a successful website, you can build a successful business without ranking number one on Google. In fact, we have passed that time where you want to build a website that is optimized for Google ranking. That's why many people, they spend a lot of money, trying to build, trying to find a perfect working website. The only people who can do that, or who can invest in that, it's when you are blogging, right? I think bloggers are the only people, right, who can create a website that is highly optimized for Google ranking. But for others, you just need to create a website that's going to host everything about your business, and that is going to host your product, right? So the system I've showed you of how to create a website, basically I was showing you how to create a website where you will put all your information, put all your details, and also host your products. That's why I used a tool called Thinkific. I was not teaching you how to build a website for a purpose of ranking on the first page on Google, right? Remember, the traffic for your business will come from social media, right? My belief is that create a website first using free tools, and then use social media to drive traffic. Don't use Google, Because if you want to optimize your website for Google, then you will have to spend a lot of money, because now you will have to hire the SEO expert, right, who will optimize every single page, and you will have to pay a lot of money. But if you're starting things out, you don't have to use that approach. Just build a good, clean, clear, and persuasive website, and then use social media to drive traffic. Right, so I'm just putting it out there because I know that also experts are watching my videos, right, and they are thinking my approach is not a right approach, right? But the people that I wanted to serve with this approach is that I wanted to serve somebody who was starting from scratch, who needed a tool that was robust, meaning a tool that was very comprehensive in terms of giving you different options. That's why I love Thinkific. Thinkific is because it allows you to build a website. It allows you to, to have your email list attached to whoever is coming to your website. It allows you to talk to your students. It allows you to sell your product. There are so many. If you go on Thinkific dashboard, you will see a lot of options. You will see even paid partnership creators options, right? When you go and check your dashboard, you can check on something called shared revenue. You can check something called affiliates, the options and the services that they offer. For me, they are more than enough for me to build a successful business without building a website that will rank, on the first page on Google. So I just wanted to make a video to highlight that or emphasize that you gotta have a clear purpose in terms of why are you building your website. Are you building the website because you want to rank on Google, or are you building a website because you want to host your product, you want to have all the information so that you can drive traffic from social media? Guys, remember, a website is just a house. It's just a house, like as you have a house. A website is your physical address. Your URL of your website is the physical address of your website, right? And then when people come to your website, they will see the house that you have built. A clean, clear, and a persuasive website, it's more of a good house. It's a house that people will be attracted to. It's a house where they will want also to eat the products that you guys are offering. So I just wanted to make that clear distinction that in this channel, right, like the stuff that I'm creating, I will also reveal the purpose in terms of why I do things this certain way. So guys, make sure that you keep things very simple, keep it minimal, make it clean, make it persuasive, but also do things fast, meaning gotta find a way to motivate yourself. I know being creative or creating stuff, especially as a solo creator, it can be discouraging at times. So that's why, when you have that time, lock yourself in the room, create as much content as you can at once. That's the strategy also that I love to use. Create as much content as I can at once. And also, as you are being creative, man, as you are creating content, it is okay to repeat stuff. Remember, you will be repetitive. You will repeat certain things because you want to emphasize certain points, right? And also, you are helping people at different levels. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Don't forget to check our products. Don't forget to sign up for our masterclass, where I'll be showing you more secrets, and I'll be showing you also the approach that I'm using in terms of creating, content that sells, right? There's a content that goes viral, there's a content that makes great impact, and there's a content that sells. Meaning, when I say content that sells, it means it attracts your target customers. It speaks directly to their conflict, because you can't sell if you can't create content that does not speak to the internal conflicts of people. So the content that sells, it's the content that attracts right customers, not just followers, right? Guys, we have passed the time where we are creating content just to build our following. The key of creating a successful personal brand and also creating a successful online business is that you need to attract right customers from day one. You can start a personal brand that has 0 subscribers. Remember, guys, it does not matter how many subscribers you have. Imagine if you have like 200 subscribers and all your 200 subscribers are your right audience or your right customers. let's say maybe 50% of those people, they buy your products. So if you have 200 subscribers, 200 people, so the 100 people will buy your product. So we've passed the time where you want to attract a lot of following, because many big channels, right, they've tested, they've tried different things and they've grown, but now they've grown and they've attracted an audience that they cannot monetize because they've been attracting subscribers, not customers, right? So guys, make sure that you keep that in mind, that you gotta think about these things before you start creating videos for your YouTube channel or for your personal brand, because you need to attract customers from day one, and you can make a sale on day two, right? Not like there's no formula in this thing. Nobody can tell you that it's gonna take this long. You know, this thing, man. Like if you can speak, if you can have a right message at the right time, at the right price, giving it to the right people or to a right person, then you can make a sale, right? So, I mean, go check that masterclass, because I'm showing you how to create content that sells. It's different than creating viral content. It's different than creating impactful content, but it's just different. It's creating content that sells. So thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in the next video.